Precambrian Lullaby. Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to get to know you this way. I enjoyed both of your videos, your responses to my request for your thoughts on pleasure. They gave me a lot of things to think about since I watched it, and I watched it some more. And it's very hard to get away from the idea that pain is a very prominent part of our existence, and that it's something that we will focus on more often, or we have. I must say that because there was a time when I was younger when that would be much more of a focal point, and not so much now, although I do take a great pleasure in my pain. And let me explain. I have noticed that I have developed a great reverence for a lot of aspects of connecting with people. And I've been so focused lately on the eyes and trying to make some sort of contact in certain ways with people through the eyes. It's something that really fascinates me and drives me a little bit crazy sometimes, because I do the same thing not just with people but also with animals, and I find a lot of times there are animals that are more responsive in that eye contact than people are. A lot of times people will avert their gaze. I mean, there are animals that would do that too, but the fact that they avert their gaze is even something, because it's a recognition of a consciousness, and that is the contact point. I related a little bit of a story that to Eli, Des Moines girl. I was down in just north of Atlanta, Georgia last week in this truck stop, and I was in the lineup purchasing something and I'd finished, and I was just on my way out, and there was another cash register. The lady was lined up there, very young lady, very petite, beautiful looking young girl, and again I'm walking along and I'm looking at her, and she was almost had a, I mean, the people who developed anime had developed it from this girl. I would think she was the model. She was quite beautiful, but the thing with the way that she looked wasn't necessarily the thing that got me. She looked towards me as I was approaching her, and ordinarily, you know, people look in different directions, but she looked in my eyes. I was looking directly at hers, and there was a kind of, she didn't avert her gaze. She looked right at me, and I felt like, wow, you know, zing, contact, lock, and it really hurt. And the reason it hurt is that I am terrible in relationships, and I know that this will not be a relationship that I will have. But you know, I have an extreme pleasure to know that there is something like that in the world. It was just absolutely breathtaking. It was so amazing. It was that contact. It wasn't her appearance, it was that contact that was really amazing. And I've experienced that contact with other people too, and I love that. And I still seek it out. I still look for it in people and animals. It fascinates me in animals that you can look at an animal and it can look at you, and that contact becomes apparent. It's one of the pleasures I have in life. Now, it's more recent now. I don't do it as much. I didn't do it when I was younger. Of course, I didn't have much sense of myself back then. Pleasure, 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 pleasure. It pleasures me to know that something could hurt so much, because pain, as you said, and you recognize that pain is a warning. a lot of times that something is wrong. But I think pain can also be a marker for something that's right, too. When you feel so strongly about something that it hurts. Because a lot of times people will go through various emotional states, and you can have varying degrees of those same emotional states. But when you reach the extremes, there's a point where it becomes very painful. I strive to achieve that. I love to have this communication. This is such a wonderful form. You said in a video that I saw of yours recently, says you don't give a damn about YouTube, but you know, I really, really care about YouTube. Why? Because it's such a great vehicle for this. I get to have communications with people that I wouldn't have otherwise. There are not that many people I know of that I can talk to in this way, and I enjoy it so much. And there's a number of you people on YouTube. I don't go out there and solicit stuff. I just speak, and whoever wants to listen can listen. Whoever finds it interesting can listen. I'm not forcing anybody. I'm simply speaking, and people who find it interesting are gravitating towards it. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm gravitating towards people that I find fascinating, such as PrecambrianLullaby, Davis Fleetwood, DavidRandalCurtis, another amazing person who does some beautiful spoken word. I find it fascinating the way he can do something. He can present something with such emotion. And you said one time that you do crappy poetry. Is that a genre of poetry? To be honest, I don't think there's any such thing as crappy poetry. Because basically, what is it? It's the expression of something within you. And all you have to do is present it. And it's poetry to those it touches. Sometimes I think you throw away things, and you shouldn't. You have what you said about drowning people with your tears and deafening them with the laughter. And there's many of you out there. There's also Renegade Fordio. He does some beautiful stuff. I remember he did what was it called again? Sad Jack. It's an interesting story that he written. And forgive me, my mind is not going on to all of those people who've touched me with their thoughts and their ideas. And there's many of you out there. And this hurts, and it's a pleasure. And it's just another day in paradise. That's what I'm going to put out there right now. I still got a lot of thinking to do. I wanted to have some sort of response for you for now. I'd be curious to see if you have any thoughts on these thoughts. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.